Hey, it's Heather Miche with Across the Fence Farm. Today talking about one of my favorite trees, which is birch. And by the end of this video, you will learn some amazing uses for this beautiful tree's parts. These were cut and found by yours truly near a Costco store of all places. And because I'm aware of how wonderful these are for several purposes, I had to open up the back hatch and put those babies inside the car. I've also got some smaller branches too that show some really great properties that I will talk about. So first off, I just want to show you, look at the beauty of this bark and how the branch opens up. Maybe the trunk even opens up to these side branches, and how you can see almost a distressing stretch in the flesh of the skin, which is the bark, which is this beautiful white papery covering. Here's another example of almost looks like an injury where the branch comes off there, little seam. But the texture and the beauty of this bark and how the tree grows is just so beautiful. And yes, these dark dots, these are most likely from a woodpecker looking to get some bugs and grubs out of there. There's another seam where that branch came out from the, I'm just going to assume that that is the trunk. But just check out the beauty of this. Man, so great. And again, more seams, if you will, of where the branches come out. Check out this one. Look at how that, it's like it disrupts the growth of the tree almost. Certainly does the bark, the papery bark. So you can see the paperyness of it as you come down here and see how it's just starting to peel off the outer layer, and then these little bits, those are part of the bark starting to peel off. So let's talk about the bark, that papery part. That part has been and continues to be used. Yeah, I mean, you can actually use it as a paper, not just that really thin white part, but when it comes off more as a sheet, which I can show you in a moment what that looks like, actually used as paper by prior generations. It's beautiful, pretty darn hardy once it dries, and what a great use. Let me show you that piece of birch bark paper. So here you go. Look at this great piece of birch bark paper. This is about 16 inches wide this way. And then here's the writing side, if you will. Look at this beautiful design. Is that stunning or what? It's just freaking cool. And you can see here, see the layers? So that super thin papery part that we saw on the log, that's this part here. And then the firmer underlayment, if you will. But is that beautiful? Wow. I mean, I hardly even want to use it just because it's so pretty. But wow, cool to get a note on that, eh? So, birch bark paper, and using that for stationery and baskets. Now let's go to the other great thing, or another great thing about birch tree. Birch is also known for being a great host for mycelium. Now, this has not been inoculated with any mycelium material. This is simply how I found it. And look at these lovelies growing on it here. Check that out. Looks like a beginning of a turkey tail colony, or similar. Check that out. And then another piece which has these guys starting, you can see the coloring in the little bits here, starting to do the little semicircle rings on it. Just barely can see, but it's just beautiful. You can see, hopefully, why I love this tree. Birch. Check that out. More mycelium there on the end. Beautiful. So, going back to those bigger pieces that I started this video with, let's check out what that may well become useful for. Okay, so here are the bigger lengths of trunk that I picked up, talked about, and showed you earlier in the video. And I got these, number one, because I absolutely love how they look, and they look cool in my yardens. And in here you can see, look at that mycelium that's already starting to grow on the inside. But because birch is such a great host for mycelium, I'm not sure if these will be great because they're pretty punky and pithy and, you know, starting to deteriorate on the inside. But in my very much in the learning stage about mushrooms and mycelium growing, these birch pieces may be great to inoculate with some mushroom starts. So we'll see. I have wanted to grow my own mushrooms for eating, so we'll see. Can you appreciate why I love this tree? Isn't it beautiful? Tell me what your favorite tree is in the comments. But it's just fabulous. And when it's not cut and seemingly dead or dying, but is growing, its beautiful leaves very much remind me of aspen. And the little quaking leaves, they're just so sweet. So thanks for coming along and learning about why I love birch trees so much. Let me know what you know about birch trees. And let's start a conversation. Thanks for watching. Click that subscribe button. Love to have you along for the ride down the road and for what I've already put up on the channel. Share with your friends too. Live sustainably, healthfully, and it benefits you and the planet. Be well and keep great care.